A new senior housing complex has just opened in the Northland. The Pillars of Hermantown Assisted Living held a ribbon cutting this afternoon. The complex has 105 apartments open to folks who are 55 and older. And the Pillars features restaurant-style dining, a community room, and 24/7 staffing to care for residents. Nicoletta Bustichka with the Pillars of Hermantown hopes they'll be able to help folks as they get older and start considering moving out of their single-family homes.
We know that sometimes there's a lack of being able to find housing that allows also for care to be included. So we're very excited to have the opportunity to bring that to the area.
And the Oppidan was the developer for the Pillars of Hermantown project. Recently, the city of Duluth announced that company is the preferred choice to develop the Lester Park golf course property into housing. Chad Ronchetti, in charge of planning and development for the city of Duluth, says he hopes a development like that would draw more seniors to live there and in turn free up more single-family homes in the $200,000 to $300,000 range. A final agreement still has to be reached.